Hello, friends. It's been a while since I have posted something. I've been filming stuff, but unfortunately, the videos have been not saving to my laptop because I was not on top of my storage and I would record things when my computer was full. But I just made room, so I'm here doing this now. So, this is going to be a mixture of kind of like channeling, sharing soul messages, and also sharing a bit of wisdom and a bit of my process related to estrangement and cycle breaking and things like this. Is anybody else feeling some super deep heaviness, like soul reconfiguration going on? I mean, like intense, like fundamental, beneath what you thought fundamental meant. Deep, deep, deep. Like, whoa. New territory. Deep. So, first message that I want to share, I am a bit tired and, like, overloaded right now, but I really wanted to make this video. I felt like it was really important, so just bear with my energy. And I feel like it's important to show up just honestly, because sometimes we feel moved in the spirit to speak or act or do things, and the delivery is going to be ugly, or unpolished or unfamiliar, So the first thing I want to share, I don't know who this is for, but don't wait until you die. Don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait for someone's approval. Don't wait to fit in some other thing. Occupy yourself. Occupy your space. You don't need to perform a role to gain somebody else's approval in order to act what is alive inside your heart. And I know that for a lot of us abuse survivors, sensitive, traumatized, healing people, that's not as easy done as it is said. So I will acknowledge that. And if that didn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. It's just not where you're at right now. It's not for your phase in life. You got to be discerning with these videos because I'm putting them out. I'm putting like a signal flare. And just because, the whole city on the coastline can see a signal flare out at sea doesn't mean that the whole entire city on the coastline is like the Coast Guard or whatever, or the rescue team whose role it is and who are equipped to respond to that signal flare. A lot of people project their frustration onto me and my videos, but it's like, all right, you see it and it's not for you, so don't make it about me. Although people are not going to stop projecting. It's not going to happen. I don't think for probably a couple thousands of years. It's just a guess. I don't know. When I was like 3 and 4, I used to tell myself in like 3,000 years from now, we're going to experience world peace. The world's going to be restored. We're going to be in Eden again in 3,000 years from now. I don't know what the Vedic time wheel keeper people have to say about that. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. Vedic time cycles. I'm really curious actually if that means anything significant. But anyway, so yeah, don't wait for someone else to approve of your heart before you share it. Find a space to share what's in your heart. And if there's an untapped space that you haven't tried yet to share yourself, put a signal out. And you know what? Let me tell you something else, okay? I have a following on Instagram, and I wouldn't say that I grew it. It just happened. Literally just happened. But for 10 years I've been posting online. I don't know if it's been 10 years in total, but for at least 6 years, at least, I've been posting YouTube videos kind of like this. And I've actually taken down a lot of the old ones because they make me uncomfortable. And they no longer really resonate with the way that I kind of speak and deliver. Like the place where I speak from right now, it's kind of, not the same. I've evolved, I've grown, I've changed quite a bit with how I share, online and video form, but I'm saying this because this is for whoever needs it, but I want to encourage you that, you have a message in your heart, you have a prayer in your heart, you have something so powerful and beautiful and impactful in your heart. And it hurts you not to share it. You are not cursed with this thing. You are not plagued by isolation, by loneliness. You were given a gift. You were given a gift. And the gift is what lives inside your heart. I'm being completely serious. The gift is what lives inside of your heart. It's the thing that moves you. It's the thing that fills you with fantasies, visions, dreams, hope. It's literally like the breath of God inside of you. And everyone's got their own spirit, their own beauty, their own gift that lives inside them and needs to move in order to stay alive. And I don't care if there's nobody in your corner. Well, I do care that there's no one in your corner because ow, I really feel for you because I know what that's like. But hear me out. Regardless of whether there's anyone in your corner or not, I see that thing in you. I don't know what it is, but I recognize that you have whatever that is for you. And that thing is asking you to share it. It doesn't care, actually, whether people are in your corner. That's your heart. That's your nervous system. That's your social wiring that cares. And all those things are valid and real. But there's another part of you. It's your gift. And all the gift wants to do is be seen. It doesn't matter whether people resonate or not. But that gift is like dying to be seen and to be heard. And you need to figure out a way to honor it. My language right now is definitely crossing over into non-super trauma informed territory. So please just trigger warning, beware, use your discernment. I'm not going to be super gentle or super tiptoey or sugarcoaty with these words. Because they're coming through really strong, but it's from my heart to yours, I feel the ache, and it's not a negative thing whatsoever. It's just a very alive, real, thick feeling. But I feel the ache of that thing in you that is so deep inside of you. Maybe no one's ever seen it. Maybe you've never shared it with anyone. Maybe you even tried to get close. But you just couldn't bring yourself to do it. That thing that is hiding from shame. That the part of you that is more real than any other part of you. It is screaming at you. It's kicking you from the inside to let it out. And again, it doesn't care who's listening. It's for your freedom. It's for the freedom of your own spirit. And you know what happens consequently when you set your spirit free? And you free yourself from the shame by following what the spirit calls you to do. What was I even saying? I lost my words. when you set your spirit free and you follow the Spirit, you follow the movement of the Spirit, the wind of the Spirit in your heart, in your soul, when you do that, it's revelatory. It reveals kindred spirits. It does. Every single time. It does. And the more that you honor where your spirit wants to flow and how it wants to flow, the more you honor that, and the more you devote yourself to that, the expression of your highest self, your Holy Spirit, your soul, the more you do that, the more you're going to begin to kind of trust and develop this automatic kind of memory. Like, you're going to reawaken this memory of what we all know on a primordial level, because we're wired for this. We're wired to be in walking with spirit. We are spirit. We are spiritual. What does that mean? It means that we have hearts that feel. It means that we have empathy. It means that we are made of love. It means that we are designed to love one another. It means that we are interdependent. And I'm not talking about like mundane, personality clashes and conflict and resolution, whatever. All that stuff is part of being human. It's just part of being human. But that's not really the conversation I'm in right now. This is so powerful, guys. There's another part of being human beyond the mundane kind of going through the motions, I like this, I don't like this, this is my personality, that's your personality, whatever. Beyond that, there's you and God, and there's you and the breath of the Spirit that was gifted to you before you were born. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is really just a call to whoever will hear it, whoever will listen, whatever spirit will hear this and feel touched by this, and you'll know that this is for you, because it's going to move you. Like I'm being moved. I'm being moved by this gift, by this memory, by this prayer, by this Holy Spirit. And this is just a wake-up call, a little, hey, you're not alone in this game. Even though this connection to God is so personal, it's so intimate, but it's also, we're not alone in it. And I know that, your spirit, your gifts, your heart contains things that maybe you haven't seen expressed outside of you before, which is terrifying. It's a vulnerable position to be in. And I'm going to give you the most tangible example that I can of that. And I'll make it personal. So one of my gifts, aka joys, one of the things that God gave me that fills me with more vitality and love and than anything else is expressing myself musically in my own way, in nobody else's way but my own. And I remember one time, it was like 2019, 2020, I think it was 2020. I think it was 2020 or 2021, either one of those. But I had signed up for my first open mic performing music ever. And when I was a kid, I was so self-conscious about performing, singing. Part of that had to do with, being raised by someone with narcissistic tendencies that creates conditions for a real lack of safety and comfort in authentic expression. So I learned to keep my musical gifts and passions to myself. But then way later in life, I started to share them again. I was dating this guy, and he was the first person who ever really heard me sing, and it was a powerful catalytic relationship, because he was a musician, a performer, and that was one of the blessings of that connection, was that I got to come back in contact with one of the most sacred parts of myself, the musical expressive part. And I mean, after him, I signed up to perform at that open mic, and I remember that day. It's so funny. I had, like when you do the wheelbarrow with your friends where like you hold their ankles and they're like walking on the ground with their hands and they're in a plank and it's like you're just wheelbarrowing them around. Well, I was doing that with one of my friends just to like ground myself because I was like the nerves, man, that were possessing me were just off the charts. Like I was so overloaded. I was so uncomfortable, but I was like filled with this, this like fire of my spirit. And what I find actually is that the discomfort and the nerves that I feel before performing, sharing, speaking, opening up myself, being honest, being authentic, it's extremely uncomfortable and it makes me shake and it feels like nervousness. But this quality, I've learned that it's simply just my spirit burning inside of me. It's passion. It's passion. It's not anxiety, it's passion. And maybe this will resonate with you. Maybe start paying attention next time you feel like, oh my God, I recognize myself in this moment, in this role. Oh my God, I'm called to go say this thing, do this thing, help this person, whatever it is for you. Like when you feel that ignition and you're like, whoa, I feel called, I feel a calling. And then you get nervous. Don't interpret that nervousness the wrong way. Like nervousness, discomfort, anxiety, fear, like it has its place, it's one thing, but the passion of the Holy Spirit moving through you because you are being called to share your soul, to channel your soul gifts through you, is an entirely different source of that nervous system energy, physiological signature that feels really similar to fear, to discomfort. So that's where discernment comes in. So all I'm saying is just pay attention to it. And maybe, just maybe, these words can help you next time you are about to get on stage or like go present your, gifts or whatever. It's somewhere really important. You can look inside yourself and check, just check in. Is this my soul wanting to move my gifts through me? Yes or no, that's it. And if there's a yes, even if it's the most excruciatingly uncomfortable feeling ever, awareness. Just clock that yes. And the more you do that, the more you will begin to trust your spirit. And that's my whole message here. Trust yourself. And now I'm going to get into the segue, my second point in this video. So if you're new to my channel, new to my story, I'm Aaliyah, and I, as of September of 2025, became estranged from my family. And I was having the journey of being estranged has been crippling, and like it's caused me to collapse like emotionally so many times, because it's so excruciating to cut off your family, to leave your family. Whatever your reasons are, if your soul didn't have room to be itself and to breathe in the presence of your family, then, that's enough of a reason to make space, and you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't need to feel guilty about it, but, you left, you left for a reason, and that's good enough, has to be good enough for you, because it doesn't really matter what other people think. Especially with stuff like this, and it's such a personal decision that a lot of people will never understand. Maybe even other people who've experienced abuse or estrangement, they might not even understand, or be able to kind of put themselves in your shoes. But anyway, I was having a moment today where I was feeling like, in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how I feel like there's this energy of the foundations of the soul's expression on earth and life are like changing. I know this is beyond me. This is a collective experience that's happening right now, Why do I know that? Because I'm a human and I'm not alone. That's why I know that. And I'm in my own phase of this path, and it's my unique path, and other people are in their own phases of their paths that are parallel with mine and parallel with each other. That's why we speak. That's why I share. Because every time I do, someone goes, me too. And then we can see them raise their hand, and then we feel comfortable raising our hand. And then the guy who couldn't see that guy sees you raising your hand, and they go, oh. And then someone way over there sees them raising their hand and goes, oh my God, me too. And then all of a sudden, we're not alone anymore. That's the beauty of the internet. And that's what I love doing that's what I love seeing happen on my Instagram, even though I get projections and cyberbullying from people who project their issues onto me with whatever it is. All right, I'm in channeling mode. I'm in channeling mode now. What do I mean when I say this? Okay, so I don't know exactly who my audience is right now. I might lose some people at this point right here, but I would consider myself like a psychic medium. I'm intuitive. I sense energy, spirits, and I feel oh, it's so strong. Wow. Okay, so usually when I do YouTube videos, I get, I guess they're ancestors, my ancestors, they come through, and then all of a sudden, imagine you open a book and all the text is just like normal font, but then one single letter is in bold, it's bold. And when your eyes take in the page as a whole, they are drawn to that bold letter. That's how that's one of the ways my intuition works. I see a sphere of my vision that it like draws in more magnetism, and I'm familiar with the patterns and the nuances of the weight of the energy that I feel, the size of it, the volume of it, the orientation, and this one's on my left side, but I'm seeing one of my paternal masculine ancestors, and I've connected with this energy before, and I actually started connecting with this energy in, it was last fall. I guess this was after I became estranged. Okay, that's really nice. They're telling me something about the energy of continuity. They're interrupting my plan. Okay, now I just have to share this. So, okay, give me the words here. I'm hearing the words. I'm hearing "don't worry," and I know this is not for me. This is for you, somebody, multiple people probably. You made the decision to become estranged, to break a cycle, and you've been in and out of this feeling of, where do I go? I've lost everything. I have nowhere to turn. Where's my mom? Where's my dad? Where are my siblings? Where's my family? Where are my friends? And you find yourself like doing mundane things around your house or in your life. Getting groceries, getting gas, turning on and off a light switch, hanging up a photo, like just mundane life things. And then you feel this like void creep in. And that void has just been alive in the background for you. It's just this awareness, this cumulative awareness. Okay. And this is going to make some people feel some grief right now. You feel, and there's more coming in right now. You felt this cumulative awareness of the weight of what you were burdened to carry by yourself. And it's funny because it's just like the weight is like, it's like doing dishes. It's like bathing yourself every day. It's like maintaining your home. It's like taking care of yourself, like all the little things that would be a trillion times easier if you had someone to hold you, if you had someone to make you tea in the morning, like these little things, like you are on yourself, you are on yourself, you are on your own, you are doing your own thing, you are carrying your own weight, you're carrying the weight of surviving alone, and nobody was ever meant to carry the weight of themselves and their life alone. Okay, so that's not just me acknowledging that. That's not just me acknowledging that. That is my ancestors. And I told you, I saw this man here, and I feel him now. He's now kind of behind me, and I felt a woman coming through as well. Guys, I know that I feel like I'm alone too. But here's what I did. I heard a message in my heart, and I shared it in this video. If you're still here, then I shared it because you were supposed to hear it. If you're here and you're feeling me right now, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand your significance, your role. Something in your spirit was crying silently. Something in you was calling out to God and praying. And this is what God does. God inspires us. God puts these inklings in our hearts for us to deliver to people, maybe even to deliver people from their, shackles. It's God. This isn't me. It's kind of happening through me, but it's not about me. It's not about my YouTube. This is about God. And this is about the fact that that you are going through something that no one sees. You are going through something that no one sees and nobody's carrying. And this is why my message, our message, this message, God's message is so vital and important right now. Because when we're in this state, when we're alone, when we're not connected to the flesh, when we're not connected to a community, what else is there? God, the Holy Spirit. And if you don't know how to honor that, how to listen to it, how to make room for it, and how to be courageous and share it, when you are called, not when you're not called, not when you think you should, but you really don't have the capacity. No, when you're called, and you'll know a calling when you feel it, because you will have no doubt. You will know the calling when you feel it. It's either a calling, and if you're not certain it's a calling, then maybe it's not a calling, or maybe you're just not certain yet. But anyway, there's a difference. And when you're called, you need to respond. You need to be brave. I know that this message is finding someone right now, as you're watching this, who's like sobbing hearing these words, or who's feeling it in their heart. And it's not because you magically all of a sudden have a family again. It's not because you magically all of a sudden have support, or, the friends that you thought that you would have, or the community that you thought that you would have, or the love given to you by family in ways that you didn't get as a kid. It's not because you have any of those things. It's not because I'm replacing that. But it is because when you are lost in the physical, you are found in the spirit. You are always found in the spirit, but something just appeared over here. I'm in the zone, guys. Bear with me. I'm literally feeling one of my ancestors' hands on me, and I'm feeling some more hands. This is for you guys too. I wonder if you can feel them too. I really wonder who else can feel them. I really do. When you're alone in the physical, messages like these are supposed to come through and find you to remind you that you're not alone, that your prayers are heard, because, our human nervous systems template in general, I think, is really oriented towards finding safety and communion and, answered prayers and the sense of all those things through one another. I really think that's like a utopia-ish vision of like what being alive should be. And then I think about Jesus, and how he was alone in the desert for how long, and all these sages, all these masters, all these gurus, but like everyone has it's like an enlightenment, spiritual mastery, soul path arc where all these masters have walked alone for quite a while, at some point in their lives. And maybe you're going through that, your own version of that right now in your life. And it can feel really disorienting and scary because it directly, conflicts with our like biological flesh, because our flesh is wired to equate, isolation with death. I was actually talking on the phone with a woman today who I was considering maybe working with. She's a practitioner, and she explained near-death experiences to me in a way that I've never heard before. And she said, anytime what did she say? I'm gonna butcher this. Lord help me. What did she say? She said something along the lines of, I'm going to try to find it while I speak out loud, and I might be wrong, so don't quote me, don't pin me to this. Do your own research. But she said, like, any experience where the nervous system, I guess, was maybe left alone in the trauma or something, that's like almost like a near-death experience, or like, when you didn't have the space or place to like fully process it or close the loop or whatever, it's like, that's like a near-death experience. And I really do get it. And it reminded me of a reel that I posted that popped off at one point about how surviving narcissistic abuse is equivalent to death, because it just is. I don't have the energy or the words to explain it right now, but it just reminded me of that post. And if you found my YouTube from my Instagram, then maybe you've seen that because it's a more popular one. But anyway, you're not alone here. And I don't even need to say that. The feeling that you felt, if you're still here right now, should show that to you, It's like, we are together. I am with you. I am with you in the quiet corners of your heart. And that's why I want you to share. Like, this isn't me, Aaliyah, speaking right now. This is like Spirit speaking right now. This is why I want you to share. I want you to share with your family, with your grandparents. Someone wants to share something with their grandparents. I want you to talk to your grandparents. Maybe someone has grandparents who passed on the other side, or grandparents that you've been wanting to share something with, or grandparents who've been wanting to share something with you, although I don't think that's it. But I was just hearing grandparents. Someone has to share with their grandparents. Oh, this is wild. I have a friend named Liz, but I'm hearing the name Liz. I don't know if it's her, but I just heard the name Liz. Maybe that's for me. I don't know. God wants you to share. Now I'm seeing a family on a river, and they're like chained. They're like not chained, but they're like hand in hand, like walking down the river, and they have their floaties or whatever. I've been around the river a lot these past couple days, so maybe the symbolism's like coming from there. But it's like, we are all links. We are all links in one chain. Oh my God, I'm just getting like the crazy downloads like crazy. I'm thinking of there's someone in your life who is like a link in the chain for you. Someone maybe who saved your life. Someone who has made you feel hope when there was none for you. Think about them. Thank them. Pray to them. Okay, what else? I was getting a lot of messages, and they were all interrupting each other, and I didn't even get a chance to formulate some of them into words, so I'm just trying to backtrack here. Give me the words here. I'm in channeling mode now. I'm seeing red and white. Okay, I feel like this could represent someone's ancestry, and I don't even know what the German flag looks like, but I'm seeing red and white, and I'm also seeing Germany, like German Something German. Someone's got like a German or Polish or Scandinavian or Nordic like grandmother. I'm seeing a grandmother, or it could be Spanish, I don't know, but she's twirling around. She has her arms like this. She's wearing a hat. She's got gray hair. She's wearing this like billowy, like half red, half white, traditional like ancestral costume or garment, and it's like for dancing. And she's doing dancing. Now I'm seeing someone wearing a sombrero very far off. Now I'm feeling top of my head. I'm seeing the letter T. I'm hearing Timothy. I'm hearing Pedro. Now I'm seeing lines, almost like lines on a barcode, and I see a man there. Okay, so I think this is a message for a specific man. I'm just rolling with it, guys. I haven't done one of these in a while. Ow, I hit my hand. I don't know if I'm talking to a Timothy or a Pedro or Diego, but these names are coming through, and I see him, and he's all the way down there, and he's not paying attention to anyone around him. He is so in his own world. I don't know if this is you or a man in your life. There's a man in your life or some aspect of you. I don't know if he's ashamed, he's devastated, he's numb, he's numb, he's overloaded. There's someone in your life or you or some part of you that feels so overloaded that he is not accessible, and you're missing him, and you're longing for him, and you're feeling this aching, and you're like, why can't I reach you? But you're not doing anything wrong. It's like you're trying to reach this man on a rocky, slippery slope, and the rocks keep sliding under your feet, so stop climbing on the rocks. Because he's on a pile of rocks. You can't reach him on a pile of rocks. Now I'm seeing pudding. I don't know if like some special cooking or like ancestral ethnic dessert or flan. I don't know if it's like flan or something, but I'm seeing a plate of flan. Like caramelized flan is just on this plain dish. And I almost see this man from his eyes. He's looking down at the flan, and he just is feeling numb, and he's like, I can't eat this. He's not even thinking I can't eat this, but he's just feeling numb. Why am I channeling this right now? Now I'm seeing like stitching, like diamonds. Like my curtains have this zigzag thing, but I'm seeing something like this, but it's like diamonds instead of zigzags. It's like a stitch seam kind of thing, and it's diamonds. I'm seeing red, green, white. I'm just getting like Mexico energy. Maybe Peru, but maybe not Peru. And then I'm hearing he does love you. He still loves you. He didn't stop feeling for you. He's just so numb and in his own world that he doesn't have the capacity to really respond. And I'm getting that's it. That's all. Okay. Channeling mode. I do readings for people. This is just a thing that I do. When I share my videos, I share my wisdom, my spirit moves me to speak, and then all this stuff just comes in and follows after that. And for some reason, my eye is catching, and I have 2 mirrors here reflecting plants. And so that could be significant for somebody. Somebody might be having trouble recognizing themselves, or might be yearning or craving to reconnect with the aspects of themselves that's more still, more available, more tuned in, more listening oriented, whatever. You might be hearing this and thinking like, oh, I need to get out into nature. I need to hear myself. You might be thinking, I need to hear myself. I've been on that stint the past week. I need to hear myself. So I've been doing my best to hear myself. I'm hearing trust the message. Trust the message in your heart and your soul. Let it move you. Let it move you. Now I'm seeing bread, sausage, bacon. Is giving me Italian energy, like old world, grandparents. I'm also getting childhood. Maybe you used to go to Italy or go to some other country in childhood to see your grandparents, and you kind of got a taste of like village life, or like a different way of living, different world to where you grew up in, to where you are. Something about that. Okay. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me see where to go next with this. Yeah, I was going into estrangement. And I was taken in a different direction by Spirit. Yeah, it's really the message here is that your heart connects you with other people, even if it makes no sense, even if you can't see them. This is loud as I cannot even tell you. I literally feel my grandmother's hands on top of my head, and I just remembered she used to do this to me where she would like stroke my hair and she would go, it's like silk, my sweet grandma. Some of your grandparents might be here. I'm seeing grapes. I don't know if grapes are significant for somebody. I'm being shown grapes, like a bunch of grapes, green grapes. Could be purple, but I was seeing green. But my ancestors want you to know that they can hear they're all in communion upstairs, all the dead people, all the spirits, and us as well. If we can tap in, we can learn to communicate and learn to trust, because it's all spirit. It's all spirit, It's all spirit. Can't convince someone who doesn't trust their own experience or who doesn't have the experience. But all the dead people in existence are all in the spirit realm. They're all seeing each other. They're all connected. There's no time. There's no physical limitations. They can think a thought or, and just hear each other, And your ancestors... My ancestors are telling me that they can see yours and they can hear yours because you know what? I'm out here and I'm influencing people on the internet. I do my service, I do my work on the internet. This YouTube channeling is like one of the highest forms of expression of my soul. In other words, it brings me the most like rooted, grounded, like earth-shatteringly alive, whole, full feelings, Like I'm so with it. I'm so in myself when I'm channeling, showing up in this way, serving this way. And I have the support of God, my ancestors, and I pray, I tap in, and they literally show up. They literally show up so strong. Someone else is showing up now. They're just coming in. They're just coming in. They know that they are seen and felt, so they're coming in. It's like all of the hairs, I feel like just energy under my skin everywhere. I know I have a lot of people going through trauma and abuse and everything like I was at one point, and I'm still going through what I'm going through, but I'm not in the thick of being abused actively, but I know what that's like in my own way, and I know a lot of people who are going through that right now are maybe watching this video and look at my posts and stuff, and I just want you to know that my ancestors are in touch with yours and they see what's going on and they see you, and I think that they sent this is gonna come off, so this is gonna they told me to say this, they did either you get it or you don't get it, and it's not, I'm not being convoluted, egotistical, whatever. It's like, and again, you'll only resonate with this if it's for you. This is not, if you're watching this far and you're like, what the fuck is she saying? Then this is not your message. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, it really is vulnerable to share these gifts. It really is, because part of what we are asked to do when we're called into something, is to have courage and to have faith. Because when we have faith in our ancestral support, in God, in our calling, in our heart, in our service, we can be generous about it. And being generous means being free. And being free means being liberated and setting the gifts free, even if other people have something to say about it, okay? But they're not the ones who the gift is for. It's like imagine you're a little kid living in a house and you want to do like a lemonade stand. And you can either do it like on your front patio, or you can walk to the end of the court that you live in and do it where all the cars are passing by. It's still a lemonade stand. It's still made with love. It's still got your little 8-year-old handwriting on the sign, But the only difference is you're setting up on the patio or you're setting up on a busy public corner. And some of you here are being called to get more public about what you're going through, about what you're called to share. Because your publicity, sure, it's going to trigger people who are projecting, and they're starving for gifts, but they're busy putting me and you into boxes, putting us into boxes, trying to, make our gifts fit into what they need, what they want. But it's not. And I don't want that to discourage you from sharing who you are, sharing what you are, just setting your soul free. And let me inspire you, please. Like, I don't know how many views this is going to get, and I'm not doing it for views. I'm doing it because the Spirit is moving me to do it. And like I was saying earlier in this video, I have been posting online like this for 10 years about. And, last year when my body was shutting down, I posted videos anyway because the Spirit moved me to. I think I posted stuff even though sometimes some videos I wouldn't get more than like 20 views and no comments and no engagement, whatever. But my point is you gotta share. You gotta share when you're moved. Okay, I think that's it. I love you. Thanks for watching this. Whew. Please leave a comment if you feel inspired to. Only if you feel inspired to, because I would be so curious to know if some of these hard-hitting messages were for you. Yeah. All right. Spirits are moving. They're everywhere. Okay. See you next time.